Oh, wow, this can... Oh, that is irritating. Okay. This can only be found out here. Well, that's fine. I have another chance at the Gengar, then. Why am I doing this the stupid way? No, you jackass. I also gotta go pick up the stone, the correct stone, because I need the water stone, not the leaf stone that I picked up. And then I also need a sunstone for Cottony, so I might as well be over here anyways. So eventually we're going to be doing, Den, you know, in Wishing Stars to see if we can get some of these evolutions that I don't want to have to do. So that's going to be a down the line sort of thing. That's a shiny. That's a dusk. Fire. Thunder. Water. Is there not a sunstone here? I could have. Did I already pick it up? I might have already picked it up. Nope. Ah. It's actually, there is no sunstone here. Again, this was a speedrun file. I haven't used it for anything. I haven't had one. Okay, I know for a fact I don't need the Milotic. Okay, where... Nope, that doesn't have every type of stone. It has most of them. Okay, Gengar, please respawn. Damn it. Yeah, wild Milotics happen there. That's actually how I got my Milotic originally, because I didn't get lucky with the V-Boss. Okay, I may try to do a max raid Gengar, because it didn't respawn. Okay, so I need to go to... what is it? Stony Wilderness. Which is which one of these? Which is the one I'm in now. Okay. Anyway, keep in mind, you can also get, you can get a lot of stuff from a lot of locations. Most of the trade required folks do not actually require trades. You can get them out of, let's just try right here. Nope, do not need a Shellos. Well, I say that. Let me actually... This is going to be a different type. Oh, this is only available in overcast weather. Okay, I'll have to get a Cottony from another location. That's fine. I'll try getting that from a, I'll try getting that from a den. What is 266? A Rhyperior. Okay. Can that just be snagged? Okay, that's max raid battle, so that's not likely to happen right now. How about 274? Escavalier. Can that be caught? Evolve Carablast, and it's max raid battles and sword. Okay. 276 is gonna be Carablast, right? No, Excelgor. Okay. So that's gonna be a max raid battle. I've got 284. Mandibuzz, we're evolving that right now. 291. Hey, Wong Park, thanks for the follow. 291 is Malamar. That one I'm going to have to do off stream because it looks like you have to flip the switch upside down to do that one. And I have no way of recording while I'm doing that. Okay, 294, Sableye. Found in Dusty Bowl under what conditions? Under fog. Okay. Like, I don't have fog is the problem. Oh, whoops. No, I don't want... No. Hey, I appreciate the compliment, man. I'm glad that you like the schlock that I put up on a regular basis. Giant's Mirror's this, right? That's Giant's... No, Giant's Seat. Giant's Cap. Giant's Mirror. Okay. Let's go see what the weather is in Giant's Mirror. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll be fog. I doubt it. Here's Giant's Mirror. Okay, area change, please. Area change, please. Okay, and... Nope. No luck there. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, so that was... What did I say that was? That was 94. Okay, can't do that. 395 now. Oh, I'm assuming that's supposed to be 295. Mawile. Okay, can I catch that? Bridgefield, Dusty Bowl. Okay. Any conditions? Snowstorm. Okay. Let's try that. So, the good news is, there is... I have to go find the map, but there is a map that will allow me to figure out which of these areas has which weather under what... And it will tell me, like, the days they have that weather. And then I can just change the date so I can get the weather that I need. I'm just not doing that right now because I'm trying to catch all of the other stuff I need. So we'll be looking at it a little bit later. I forget, which one's Dusty Bowl? It's this up here, right? Yeah, and that wasn't... Richfield, Dusty Bowl. Okay, so no snowstorms on any of those. God, that's annoying. What game will I be doing after beating Pokemon? That is a ridiculously good question. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is 328 Ruiner. Okay. How am I going to do that? There are max raid battles I could do for that. I know how that one works. I'm going to have to figure that out. 333. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to do the DLC for... Oh, okay. I already have Ponytoon Rapidash. 333, 334. I'm probably going to do the DLC for Ace Combat 7. 336 is Poltegeist. Okay. So I need to just use the Cracked Pot. Okay, I just have to see if I actually have a Cracked Pot. Yeah, I've heard really good things about them. I was just waiting for them all to be out. So now they're all out. I'm going to go do that, which should be fun. 339 is Trevenant, which is just more max raid battles. 342. Man, we're going to be doing a lot of max raid battles. Okay, Oranguru. This should be interesting. Glimwood Tangle. Off we go. Yeah, so someone told me recently they were all out. And as I said, that was the only thing I was actually waiting on. So now that they're all out, I can go and do that. Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, cool. What's today's bargain? Razor Claw? Nah, don't need it. So yeah, that's going to be the next thing. So I'm going to go to the DLCs. I also want to... I got to go check to see how far out I was. But I was also working on getting the medals for, like, getting S ranks on all the missions and also beating all the missions without getting hit. Excuse me, can I get an encounter, please? Thank you. So, I'm also probably going to start working on that again. So, there's kind of a bunch of things I'm going to be working on now. It's going to be fun. I mean, I loved Ace Combat 7. I thought it was a great game to begin with. And I also, I want to get more stuff done. I'm probably not going to do much in the way of multiplayer because I think the multiplayer is... Why did I do that? I thought the multiplayer was so-so. But, yeah, I really loved the main game. So I will absolutely be doing more of that eventually. So that's going to be next. After that's going to be Kingdom Hearts. The Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. And then, there we go. And then after the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, we're probably going back to Nier. I may have to step away for a minute because my dog apparently is super duper thirsty. God damn it. I'll be right back. Let me go get her some water. Thankfully, there is no actual shortage of games for me to play. I have a lot of games still on my list. Now, what I will say is I am currently keeping my eye on Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which is supposed to be coming out around February. Chances are, whatever project I am currently working on when Ori comes out is going to be shelved for Ori. So kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so that's Oranguru. Right, also bag. And I need the water stone for Lombre. Okay, so I just have to go breed myself a Lotad. Okay, so that's number 38, so 38's done. Yeah, it's not even a rushing. That's a game I've been, like, incredibly looking forwards to ever since, the original one came out. So, it's less of a rush in this case. What am I doing? It's less of a rush in this case, and more, I really do specifically want to play that game. Like, that's a game I'm super duper hyped about. Okay, where are you? Lake of Outrage, under what conditions? Thunderstorm? I don't think there was a thunderstorm at Lake of Outrage last time I looked. And then as for the YouTube upload pace, it really the idea for YouTube is that oh, I can't flying taxi out of here. For YouTube, it really just is, I try to make sure I have at least one episode go up a day of just kind of something that I did stream or something that I was working on offline. So that's the general upload pace. Unfortunately, there was a period of time over the past, like, couple of days, like past week, where I missed a couple days. It's not that I didn't have anything to upload. It was literally an issue of, I apparently didn't set the automatic go live date of a bunch of episodes of Pokemon. I still have tons from the playthrough so far that hasn't gone up. So, those are still going up. So there's still tons of Pokemon coming. And then, occasionally, I'll add a second series up. So, usually, it's one series once per day, and then a second series kind of as time goes on. So, we were at... Yeah, we were at Fog. Okay, so Drampa I can't do right now, which is irritating. Because that requires Fog on Lake of Outrage. Next... was Delmise. So Delmise is Outer Spikemuth. I can actually do something about that. Not so much. So the, what really ended up happening, so last Friday, I flew out to, North Carolina, and, the idea was to... Okay, this thing supposedly is overworld, so we're going to keep an eye out for it. We're looking for Delmise right now. I flew out to North Carolina. My uncle's 70th birthday was the week before Martin Luther King Day. We had kind of family come in to New Orleans at that time. So unfortunately, we were not able to spend his birthday with him on the day of. But we were able to go the week after, spend some time with him. It was a complete surprise to him. So, me, my mom, my mom's boyfriend, and my sister kind of all went to his house. And, we just kind of surprised him with, hey, your extended family is here to come wish you happy birthday and spend some time with you. Which was absolutely neat. It was a great time. I got to spend some time with his sons. He has triplet sons who are all about 15. We ended up playing a lot of, Super Smash Brothers. We played some Jackbox Party Pack, with the cool part of which is now I have the Jackbox Party Pack, so I will do some Jackbox with viewers in the somewhat near future. But yeah, so we did that, which was a lot of fun, and just kind of spent time with him. I've never been to his house, North Carolina, and my uncle, while not loaded, is very well-to-do, which was nice. Well, I mean, it's not nice why he's well-to-do. My uncle, has, multiple sclerosis, and, he was a doctor. And, hey, you actually losing your tooth toy? Good girl. Ready? Ready? Go. Get it. So he has multiple sclerosis, and it unfortunately ended up being that, he was a doctor, so, like, some sort of level of doctor's insurance. Basically ensuring that he will be able to continue his livelihood forever, kicked in, pretty large payout, because he had paid a lot into it, and, so that payout has kind of paid for his life, kind of going forwards, and so, he's adopted 3 children, unfortunately, one of them died. He adopted multiple children, he's had triplets, with his husband, and, so spending time with them was very fun. His husband's a very good cook, so got to enjoy that. And, just so happens that the, you know, the house he lives in is only like a 6-hour bus drive or a train from Washington, D.C., which is where Twinny is. So Twin came down, finally met my family, which was great. And I got to spend, you know, our first time together. And then after my family went back up on Martin Luther King, then I took a train ride with Twin back to Washington, D.C., met her family, and then spent a bunch of time with her. All of which was absolutely fantastic. Hey, Captain Crunch, how's it going? Do I think this game is worth $60? Absolutely. Like, have you ever played a Pokemon game before? So, as for, you know, fun in a hotel, the big thing for us was just actually spending time and actually kind of getting to know. Because, you know, a thing that's especially true when you have a long-distance relationship, and a relationship in general, but long-distance especially, is that question of, you know, compatibility. The big thing for me and Twin is that we've spent a lot of time online, so we know each other's personalities, and I am not really one to disguise mine. You know, there are some things that are different about me online. I tend to be a little bit more outgoing online, a little bit louder online. I'm a little bit of a quieter person, quieter in person. But that's about it. Like, when I'm online, I'm honest. I talk about myself, you know, realistically. You know, what you see is what you get. So personality-wise, we know that we mesh. But there's always the question of, like, is there going to be mutual attraction in person? Are we gonna, you know, is there anything like that? You know, there's the old pheromone thing that people that I forget what it is. It's got something to do with immunizations. But if your immune system meshes with another person, they're gonna smell good to you. If it doesn't mesh, then they're not gonna smell good to you. So that's kind of always, you know, always gonna be a thing. And so it's just stuff like that. But literally, as soon as we saw each other, when she came off the bus station, it was immediately, you know, I fulfilled a promise to her. My promise to her was, and I gave this promise to her 9 months ago when we first started dating, is the first time that we saw each other, I was going to give her the biggest damn hug she ever had, which we did. And then there was always the question of where is the physical relationship going to go from there? And it just immediately went into comfort between the two of us. It was immediate hand-holding, immediate leaning into each other, stuff like that. You're new to Pokemon? So, the nice thing I find about Pokemon is that as time has gone on with Pokemon, as the years have passed, Pokemon has continued to get accessible for beginners. So, it's actually going to be easier for you to get into now than it was in Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Gold, as much as I like Gold and Silver, as good as games they are, there's a lot in Pokemon Gold that doesn't get told to you. There's a lot of information that the game doesn't give you and expects you to learn on its own. And then there's also a lot of stuff that's just not... It's not friendly. There's a lot of information you just don't have. The game in Pokemon Gold, for example, does not track stat changes in a visible way to the player. You just have to kind of know what the statistic changes are. By the way, we're looking for a 1% encounter rate on Delmise. So if you're curious why I'm running around right now, that's going on. I'm looking for a 1% encounter. But yeah, the game has gotten more accessible. It's a little bit easier. There's more storyline. I find that the battles are more interesting. And again, I've been playing since Pokemon Red and Blue, so I've been playing since the beginning. You know, there's a lot of Pokemon in my history. I think that Pokemon Sword and Shield are one of the best that have come out, period. The only downside is, you know, and this is the downside like everybody's talking about, is you don't have access to all 1,000 Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but it seems like that's gradually going to get updated. So, you know, you're eventually going to see more Pokemon come out, especially with the new downloadable content that's coming out soon. Personally, I think the games were great. I forget how many hours I actually put into Pokemon Sword, but I probably sunk 40 to 60 hours in Pokemon Sword just kind of playing in a general way. And, you know, I say that, you gotta understand, is that I'm not going to say I'm a Pokemon master or a Pokemon expert, but I am very experienced in Pokemon. I'm at least a veteran. So that's how much time a veteran gets out of it. Someone who knows what they're doing, you know, kind of understands... Okay, well, I'll get to that one, girl. But, you know, as a person who has played a lot of Pokemon, who kind of knows what to expect, you know, knows type matchups up and down, there was a lot going on, which is great. And so there's kind of a lot of content. There's a lot of fights. There's kind of a cool storyline, kind of involving basically, European football. It's basically you have football/soccer, but with Pokemon instead of a ball. So very, very cool stuff going on there. Now, the downside is the end game was absolutely rushed. There's no doubt about that. Once you get to a certain point in the game, which is about the point where you reach kind of the Elite Four or the final tournament, the game starts feeling very rushed. There's a storyline that comes out of nowhere, which gives you the actual, like, this is who the villain is. This is what the major issue is. The legendary, which is Eternatus, which is the skeletal dragon you saw me using earlier, kind of comes out of nowhere with absolutely no explanation, which is not very typical for Pokemon. Usually the super legendary is something you at least get a little bit more details about. And typically the box legendary, the legendary Pokemon on the box, which is in Sealed's case, that's Zamazenta right here, usually there's a little bit more information about the box legendary. Now, keep in mind, it depends on what game you're playing. For example, Gold and Silver, the box legendary was Lugia and Ho-Oh, and there was zero information about the box legendary. In this game, the box legendary is actually a big deal. It's part of the storyline, but you don't get to actually get it until after you fight the Elite Four. That's very different from older Pokemon games. So there's a lot of differences. As I said, the ending feels rushed. But I do feel the games are very good. I feel they're absolutely worth $60. What's also nice is that in older Pokemon generations, there was usually a third game that came out a year or so later. So with Pokemon Gold and Silver, it was Pokemon Crystal. It came out a year or so later. That built on the previous games, added a couple new Pokemon, some new gameplay elements, things like that. And then as of recent years, there was kind of extra Pokemon, or Pokemon games. So Pokemon Sun and Moon got Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. This time we're getting downloadable content, which I feel is actually a better way to do it. I think that's actually going to end up working out better. It's going to give us more gameplay. It's going to add some Pokemon in that we're not originally in, and we're going to see some new stuff as well as some new storylines, new areas to explore. So what I would say is decide how much you want to play right now, because what's going to happen, I can almost guarantee you, knowing the video game industry, what's going to happen is sometime later on this year, probably towards November, honestly, when the second of the 2 DLCs comes out, is we're probably going to see like a Pokemon Sword Plus, which is going to be the base game plus the downloadable content. So, and it's probably going to be for like $60 or $70. So, if you are comfortable waiting, you may want to wait for the downloadable content to come out so you can get everything at a lower price. Otherwise, you're paying $90. $60 for the base game, $30 for the downloadable content. But to reiterate, I do absolutely think this game is worth $60. I think it did its job very well. It created a very fun game that's good for beginners and experts alike. And most of the complaints I see about the game, apart from the rushed ending of the story, most of the complaints I see about the game are very... people want to complain about something, honestly. Okay, Delmise, would you show up? But, with me and Twin, we did, we had a hotel room. We got a king-size... I got a king-size bed, because Twin was absolutely certain that if we actually slept in the same bed, she would kick the ever-living crap out of me in her sleep, which didn't end up happening. And it was a lot of cuddling. I mean, that was a big thing that both of us absolutely wanted. We spent, each morning was, of the 4 days I had there, was an hour of cuddling while we, checked our phones, looked at recent news. Well, I looked at recent news. She looked at Reddit posts. We went on the metro in Washington, D.C., and, leaning against each other, arms wrapped, hands held. So lots and lots of time together. And, very much, both of us very much want to spend time with each other. So it was very enjoyable. I absolutely cannot wait for the next visit, which will hopefully be down in my neck of the woods. She showed me DC. I would like to show her New Orleans. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And you know, the only bad thing that happened throughout the entire visit was literally just the visit ending.